Wow. The big thing going on in my life right now is that I now have bangs.
Love them.
And I thank you. I feel sort of vindicated because this is the exact same hairstyle I had when I was 12. Only then what I really wanted was Meg Ryan's hair from When Harry Met Sally. But my mom wouldn't let me get a perm even if I paid for it with my own allowance, which would cost, I think, about 130 allowances, which is way longer than the interval between perms. So it was just a flawed plan from the get-go. So now I have that exact hairstyle, but apparently it's to be coveted. I feel 12 in a way, but in a good way. I actually have to say, Rachel, there was a time limit tonight, so I'm actually not doing the story from the book, but I do want to say that you should purchase the book. It is called Sex and Candy, and it is available over there. And my story therein is, in fact, a lesbian plus-size erotica story that takes place in a fraudulent weight loss clinic. And if you would like me to sign it and put like a kissy print on it, I'll totally do that. And I don't even make money from it. It's cool. Like I'll make out with your book. Wow, you know, it's nice to kind of close off tonight, and I really appreciate the opportunity. There's been a lot of real seriousness tonight, like vein slitting and feelings. Man, I'll bet like half the people in this room, like, you have sex because you hope you can get someone to listen to your feelings. I'll bet you do, huh? Yeah? Some of you, you're guilty. You're totally guilty as charged. I've discovered in recent years that I hate intimacy. Okay, all this time I thought intimacy was a code word for sex, which is fine. Now, it turns out that intimacy means sharing your bank account and farting together. That's what happens when you move in. No, I don't think that I ever believe in farting together in a relationship. I think if you're in a relationship, you should just hold it. For the entire length of the relationship. Yeah, people always say, they're like, oh, if you're a single lady, you have to worry about dying alone, and then your cat eats your face. How many times have you heard that, right? Right? No. Here's what I have to say. For anyone who is female and single, I'm gonna make you feel better for the rest of your life right now. Like, that's what I'm gonna do. So instead of being afraid of dying alone, I think you should be afraid of not dying alone. Because here's what happens if you're not alone. All of a sudden, what? You're dying, there's someone staring down at you, and that's someone you used to have sex with, and they're gonna watch you go slack and shit yourself. That's why you want to die alone. It's more dignified. When I die, I would like the paramedics to be alerted immediately, and I would like them to arrive and to take away my body, leaving behind in its place a picture of me at 25. And then I would like them to cremate my body, put it in an urn, also shaped like me, at 25, and replace it in the original location of my death. You'll all get the announcement after those events have occurred. All that being said, this is a piece that I wrote some time ago and once recorded for a regrettable spoken word CD I put out. So we're going to pretend that part never happened, but this piece I think is worth keeping, and here we are. And now, in an unusual departure from my status quo of absolute seriousness, I shall read you a poem. A poem about sadomasochism, and a bit about bondage and domination. Enter with me this brave new world of pain and humiliation, the pleasure of the struggle, the jihad against the slow chafe of black satin rope and the choke of the ball gag. Enter with me this brave new world of acronyms, where those in the know their bondage and dominance from their sadomasochism, from their dominance and submission, and they mix them at will, a melange of power play, an oleo of delicious suffering. BDSM is bondage and dominance, plus sadomasochism, all these things thrown together like your grandmother's best recipe for picnic ambrosia. That's what you bring to the party. But don't think that the DNS in the middle of BDSM stands for dominance and submission. No, that's its own acronym entirely. Dominance and submission don't share. Dominance and submission, that's written as its own solitary D and S, with a capital D / lowercase s, as though we didn't already know which party was doing the ball kicking. Apparently the dominant ones like to be grammatically bolstered. They like to have the written word backing them up. We want you to remember our pets, our slaves, our sycophantic sissy boys scrubbing our floors in women's panties under the scourge of our handcrafted leather floggers, that we, the dominant ones, are capitalized. We're like state capitals, and you're the suburbs, the hinterlands under my boots. And as I loom over you tremendous in my spiked steel-heeled stilettos, just remember, I'm Minneapolis, and you're St. Paul. And now my poem. This is called 7 Nights. On Monday, I tied your wrist to the headboard with a silky pair of nylons, and we made love with the lights off in the missionary position. Wasn't that fun? On Tuesday, I shackled all your limbs to the bedposts, wrote poetry on your chest in chocolate sauce, and then licked it off while you tried to talk to your Aunt Elsa on speakerphone. Divine, wasn't it? On Wednesday, I sat you on the washer during spin cycle, and you gave me oral sex while I tugged on your nipple clamps and you struggled with your Chinese finger cuffs. Neat, huh? On Thursday, I tied you over the sawhorse and spanked you with your own hairbrush. You should clean that thing more often. But wasn't it great? On Friday, I put you in a corset and handcuffs and blindfolded you with a Dartmouth Recycles bandana. And we had screeching monkey sex for 6 hours. That was cool, don't you think? On Saturday, I pulled your elbows hard behind your back, securing them with steel cables and a combination lock. Then I pulled out the piercing gun and punched 2 shiny new rings into your nipples and experimented with hanging small kitchen implements from the rings. Finally, leaving the potato masher suspended from your breasts, I then tied your ponytail in a knot and lashed it to your elbows. When your head was pulled back, I gagged you with a small plum and a pair of your mother's panties. Then I lovingly removed those pretty earrings I bought you last anniversary, ran fishing wire through your ear holes, and tied your earlobes to the sprinkler pipes. When you started breathing heavily, I held cayenne pepper to your nose and told you not to sneeze. Then I put your lovely feet into those high-heeled shoes I bought you, but changed my mind and instead used 120 feet of twine to tie you into my old snowshoes. I always thought you looked cute in winter wear. I carefully placed 8 prickly thistles in the gaps between your toes and watched you squirm as I rubbed poison ivy on your Achilles tendons. Then, spreading your lovely knees, I hung 9 Hallmark Precious Angels Christmas ornaments from your labial piercings. I watched, entranced, as the little angels banged their heads together while you trembled from the exquisite biting of the 2 hairless rats I had saran wrapped to your stomach. And you said they wouldn't make good pets. Gagged as you were, you could not, when asked, tell me who your daddy was. Then I made you hold a 5-pound bag of certified organic celery hearts between your knees as I spanked you with my lacrosse stick. That reminded me of something, so then I spanked you with my lacrosse trophy from 1995, and then with my lacrosse trophy from 1996, and then with my lacrosse trophy from 1998 because I didn't get one in 1997. With a small tube of rubber cement, I affixed your upper eyelashes to your eyebrows, holding your eyes open so you could watch as I 69'd with your best friend. Wasn't that grand? Gee, can't you wait till Sunday? What? What do you mean? That's not even English. You always did suck at Scrabble. I'm Jen Dziura, thank you.